Hey guys, Goddard Gray here, and for today's craft along, we're making a Paracord Knights build. Really, guys? Alright, so for this Knight's chain, you need 2 pieces of paracord. Each of these are 6 yards long, probably going to be overkill, but we'll see. So I have 2 different colors here. I've got my black and my white. You're going to find the center point of each, and as you can see, you're going to take one of them and you're going to try and make a loop. You're going to take the second one and you're going to knot it up here at the top. And essentially what this does is you are making a loop that you will later go back and tie off. But for this knot in particular at the top, you can kind of just tie it off however you want. It doesn't matter too terribly much. And then, once you have that tied off, you're going to push the knot up, and you want a little bit of a loop to stay there at the top. And then, what we're going to do is we're going to flip it upside down to where you are holding the loop in your thumbs, and you have the colors going in the cardinal directions. So as you can see, I've got my white on my north-south, and I've got my black on my east-west. So now, to make this chain, let's see, here we are. We are doing what is called a crown knot, or a square knot. So if you know how to do that, that's essentially what we're going to be doing over and over and over again here. You're going to start by taking your left strand and placing it over your south strand, making kind of a big 4. You can see the loop here. You're then going to take your south strand, and do the same thing going over your east strand, and then you can pull all of this through if you want. This first knot is the most difficult one of them all. So we've still got our loop from our west strand, our loop from our south strand. You're going to take the east strand, throw it over the north strand, and then you're going to take your north strand and go back through the loop that you created with your west strand and pull it all the way through. Now, I know this looks like a jumbled mess, but it'll make more sense here in a minute. So then go through and tighten up all of your strands here and kind of just pull them tight while making sure that you don't pull the black ones too tight, or you'll lose your little loop there. But as you can see, it makes this little, let's see if we can get the camera to focus. It makes this little square knot, box knot. So then what you're going to do is go right back, put your strands back at your cardinal directions. It doesn't really matter if they're in the same spot every time, because it will, the pattern's the same, so you don't have to worry about, oh, is the north one going to be on the north every single time? That doesn't matter too much. So we'll go ahead and do this again. You're going to take your west strand, make a loop over your south strand. It kind of looks like a 4. You're going to take your south strand, go over your east strand. You can pull that all the way through if you want to. Make it a little bit easier. Take your east strand, go over your north strand, and take your north strand and go back through your west strand and pull it through. Then just kind of pull all these tight. Easiest way to do this is I just take one, like I'll pinch them between my fingers and then just pull that tight, right? You can make this super, super tight if you want. Just try and make sure that it is the same it's the same tightness all the way for everyone. So go ahead and keep going here. I'm just gonna kind of speed up so you can kind of see the speed at which I normally do this. This, you want it to be rough, like big enough to slip over your head. You can make it to where it's like an actual normal necklace with a chain and stuff. I'll show you when we get to the end why I do it the way that I do it here. But essentially, the 6 yards should get it long enough to where you can make it to where it'll fit pretty much everybody. Then after every one, I'm just going back and pulling all the knots through, making sure I don't have any tangles, and continue with the next one. So always start with your west strand, over your south. South goes over your east. East goes over your north. North goes into your west. Like I said, this is called a square knot or a crown knot. So you can find a bunch of cool designs. You can do this with 4 colors. You can do this with 3 colors. Like, you can do a bunch of different patterns with this, and you can kind of see the pattern that's starting to form. I'll do a couple more here, and then I'm gonna sit back and watch TV and go from there, and then I'll pull you back in once I'm finished with it, and I'll show you how I end this. But so we'll do just a couple of more. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. Been working for, I don't know, maybe half an hour or so. I'm almost finished. Wanted to show you easiest way to do this once you get going. Take it and put it in between your knees like this. It's probably the easiest way of separating out my stuff. And then from here, you can go ahead and do your normal crown knot, and then just pull it, grab these, pull them tight like this. I have found that this position is the easiest way to do them, and I can knock them out pretty quickly. But I realized as I was working on this, I didn't quite tell you what the purpose of this was. The title of this video, as you saw, was Craft Along. So what I'm going to be doing is, on the stuff that I make, I'm going to just bring the camera along, let you guys see what I'm making, and that will include the things that work, but it will also include the things that don't work. So often I get asked, or people always see the finished product, but they don't always necessarily see the journey, the mistakes, the mess-ups. So with this and some other stuff that I'm doing, I'm learning how to garb, and I'm learning how to sew, and all of that. So not only do I want to show off just the finished, like polished, good products, but I want to kind of craft along, let you guys come, follow along on the stuff that I'm learning, the stuff that works, the stuff that doesn't, and kind of go from there. So these videos, these craft along videos, will be part tutorial, but part vlog, part something else too. Just making some videos on the stuff that I'm making, bring you guys along for the journey. Hope you enjoy it. I am almost finished up here, and when I get to the end, I'll show you how I finish all of this up, make the clasp as it were, and we'll go from there. Alright, so to finish up, you've got the loop that you created at the beginning, plus your strands here. And what you're going to want to do is loop each of these strands, pull them through the loop that you created. And, come on, focus. There we go. And you'll do that with each of them. So go ahead and funnel all 4 of the strands that you were working with, pull them through. So make sure that your loop is big enough that you can fit all four of them in, because at this point, if your loop is too small, you're out of luck. And so what you'll do at this point, you can decide if you want to, you can tie it off like real close to this if you want to. You know, just put a knot right there and it's done. What I like to do is generally give a little bit of room there, put a knot. Sometimes if I'm making one for a customer, I'll give another like second knot further down, so that way that it can expand longer if their neck is bigger. But this one's for me, so this should be about where I want it, right about here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark that spot with my fingers, and I'm just going to tie a knot. You can, if you want to, make a pretty decorative knot right here. You can do like a something fancy. I am not going to, because no one will ever see this, so it doesn't need to be fancy. Let me show you here. So I just have a knot on the end, and so that is the length of my necklace here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to snip this, burn it, and flatten that off, and then I'm done. So I'll do that and then I'll show it to you. And there we are. Here is my Paracord Knight's chain that just went through in today's craft along. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button. Gonna be trying to do more of these, like I was just saying a little bit ago. Every time I learn something new, I'm gonna try and make a video on it and bring you guys along for the journey. I do have some stuff in the mail, should hopefully be here in the next little bit. I got some silk coming, gonna try and make some silk tunics. Never worked with silk before, still pretty new to sewing, so tune in for that if you think that it's something you'd enjoy. Appreciate you watching. See you guys next time.